Okay, what's going on, everybody? My name is Mangg, and today we're going to be checking out Crusader Kings 3. It's a bit of an odd title. I guess it's all about kings, and they're all leading crusades. I guess in that case, maybe it isn't so odd. But you have a woman on the title screen who is not a king, so I don't know. Anyways, this is a game in the grand strategy genre of video games, which is like this, oh god, it's like this sort of, behind closed doors kind of, you gotta go into the back of the building and ask for kind of thing that I've never been exposed to. I mean, I don't have, I guess I don't have a lot of experience in general with strategy games. Like real-time strategy, I usually don't care for. Turn-based strategy, such as like Civilization, I have played. I think it's all right. It's decent. And I don't know the difference between a game like, is Civ a grand strategy game? What is grand strategy? I've heard the genre. I've heard of grand strategy. I think it's a bit more military focused, which I guess falls in with the crusade thing. But this whole thing is new to me. Okay, I've heard of them, but I've never delved into them whatsoever. And I've recently been really interested in checking out a lot of solo board game experiences on like Tabletop Simulator. And bouncing around and trying out all these solo board games and things like that. And you know, a lot of them involve, of course, strategy. And so I came across someone mentioning Crusader Kings 3, or it came up in like a Steam recommendation or something like that. And I checked it out, and I'd heard of Crusader Kings. I didn't recall they released a third one, but whatever. And people in the reviews said that this was the most welcoming of the games. This review says, I'm a brainlet zoomer, and Crusader Kings 2 is hard, but this game isn't nearly as hard to pick up and get into, even if you're new to grand strategy. 9 out of 10, zoomer approved. I figure if a zoomer can get into it, then Mangg can get into it. So this is me just giving it a try. It's not really like a full let's play. I don't even know what that would really entail. I don't know what's going to happen with this. I don't even know if I'll like what I'll play. But I want to give it a shot. And I figured that I might as well record it so I can vocalize my thoughts. And I figure this will take longer than I wanted to give to a stream of it. So we'll just see. Welcome to Crusader Kings 3. It's a deep strategy game of dynasties and intrigue. Strongly recommend you play the tutorial, where you'll play as Petty King Murchad, a ruler in Ireland. Lead your family and dynasty to defeat your enemies and become King of Ireland. That sounds good. Let's do that. We're not playing in ultra wide, because ultra wide support seemed a little sketchy, and I figured, screw it, we'll just play it as they intended, I guess. Welcome to Crusader Kings 3. You are a medieval ruler. Your reign may be brief, but through your heirs, you can bring your dynasty to prominence. Land is yours for the taking, by way of the sword or through marriage, and clever diplomacy can extend your reach far beyond the wildest dreams of any conqueror. There is no one way to win in Crusader Kings 3, only different ways to enjoy your story as it unfolds. Okay, we got camera controls, that's all good. Yep. Okay, so this is, oh god. Yeah, that's a map, all right. Jeez. Okay, and then you zoom down to this level. There's a lot of info being thrown at me. We'll slow down here. And then you can zoom in. Nice. Okay, I mean, this is a view that I sort of am familiar with from, like, Civ. This view is even kind of okay. This one just kind of terrifies me, but alright, let's start small. Different information displayed at different zoom levels. Details map, political map, paper map. Zoomed in, you have the ability to select and manage your holdings. Zooming out gives you an overview of all realms. Crusader Kings 3 spans hundreds of years and many generations. Right now the time is standing still because the game is paused. Okay. Sometimes you will see blue highlighted text. This means you can hover your cursor over the words to display an informative tooltip. Some of those tooltips may also have highlighted words, which can also be tooltip for further information. Duchy can lead to county, which can lead to barony. Really? Oh, takes a couple of seconds. Okay. Okay, but it doesn't, Uh-huh. Oh, there you go. Boom. Oh, I see. The window does change a little bit. Look at that. Oh my gosh. I mean, again, that's sort of what I was interested in as far as, like, a board game made digitally that can do all these things that can't be done in the physical world. Like, you couldn't, you know... This obviously can only be done digitally here. It's like Wikipedia, where you just keep going through links and links until you get to Hitler. I don't know if we'll ever get to Hitler, but maybe if I keep going. Anyways, alright. Alright. Rulers of land. Map. Now let's talk about the game. Everything takes place on the map before you. The world consists of large and small territories, landed titles held by various rulers. Titles are represented by the elaborate coats of arms, shown as icons on the map. The icon representing your realm is that of your primary title, the most important and prestigious title you hold. Okay, so I'm the ruler of the petty kingdom of Munster. That's the duchy? Is it a kingdom or is it a duchy? A duchy is a title ranking below a kingdom and above a county. Okay, so duchy is a title ranking. Smallest unit of land on the map is a barony. Large areas called counties. Counties belong to a duchy, duchies to a kingdom, kingdoms to an empire. Okay. We'll get the hang of that. So I lead this duchy. Right. This duchy, but it's a kingdom. Is it a... It's not a kingdom. Oh god. If I had a degree in European history or something, this would help. Okay. So is it a... I don't know whether this is meant to be a duchy or a kingdom. These are all baronies, which makes sense. Baronies comprise a duchy. No, baronies comprise a county. I might be confusing titles with... maybe not. Maybe it's... Alright, anyways. Let's just move on. If you hover over your character portrait, the coat of arms over your realm capital, Lumniak, Lumnake, I don't know. That'll never work. Will glow, and the entirety of your realm will be highlighted. Munster is your primary title, which is why your realm is named after it. Okay. Petty Kingdom of Munster. Oh, I'm Petty King Murchad MacDonchad of Munster. Okay. I also hold the Earldom of Thomond as a separate title, which is this. Oh, okay, I see. No, I got you now. Thomond is a duchy comprised of these 3 baronies. Okay, so I am the Earl of Thomond. So I got the earldom of these 3 baronies. I guess. And then I also have an earldom in Ennis. Okay, but I don't have Ormond. Earl Ragnvald Sigtryggsson is ruling over there. But he answers to me as far as Munster is concerned because I'm the ruler of the kingdom, which is all 3 of these. This is probably excruciatingly painful for anyone familiar with this game, or series, or genre, or video games, or European history. Alright, if you zoom out, we'll read Munster on this part of the map because you're the top ruler of the area. Munster on this part of the map. Not sure what they mean there, but okay. Alright, as a ruler, you can only hold so much land on your own. You will often have other rulers helping with the administration of the realm by holding land within your borders, making them your vassals. To find your own land, your domain, press the home key and zoom in. Okay, once closer up, you can see blue labels on the baronies that belong to you. In this case, it will only be Lumnek. The earldom of Ormond is held by my vassal. Okay, it says in this case it will only be Lumniak, but I also own the Innis barony. Which I don't know why it says that. Yeah, I got that. You play one of many characters in this world, represented by character avatars. Your character is the ruler of a realm. You will need to make sure your dynasty survives and thrives throughout the ages. Your titles give you power and control over territory, as well as over other characters who might hold titles and land of their own. Right. Characters have skills, indicating their proficiency within a certain field. Some are great talkers, while others prefer to make their intent clear on the battlefield. The main skills are diplomacy, martial, stewardship, intrigue, and learning. Murchad is not much of a learner. Surprise, surprise. Remember, since the text above is highlighted, you can mouse over each skill for a breakdown of what it entails. Okay, well, diplomacy is pretty clear. Martial's pretty clear. Stewardship helps rulers manage their domains, directly increases taxation. Intrigue represents characters' ability to understand, manipulate other characters, and organize elaborate plots. Learning measures a character's literacy and wisdom. Okay. Cost of increasing crown authority and yields an amount of monthly piety. Characters also have traits which can affect skills, as well as how they react to things. These are illustrated by icons in the character view. Some traits tell you about a character's personality, like fickle, calm, or generous. Other traits are specific to how a character has lived their life, such as an education trait or commander traits. You are temperate, wrathful, and impatient. Well, he's Murchad. From this, you can see that your character typically leads a modest life and expects the others to do the same and is quick to anger when they don't. Okay, so he likes temperate people. He's into that. He hates gluttonous people. Merchad pounds their face in. He's virtuous to Catholics, so Catholics are a big fan of Merchad. According to this character, it's best to enjoy things in moderation. But he's wrathful, so don't piss him off. Stomp your face in. And he's impatient, so don't piss him off. So he's bad at learning. He hates anyone that's patient. He hates anyone that's more patient than he is. Like, why are you so fucking patient? Stomp their face in. Okay. When a character chooses to behave contrary to their personality traits, it can cause them stress. Measures characters' mental well-being. Characters who gain enough stress will also gain a stress level, causing various negative effects to persist until they manage to reduce their stress. I mean, isn't every ruler during this time going to be pretty fucking stressed out? Traits can also impact how other characters react to you. Some people are impressed by the brave trait, while a lustful character is more likely to feature in salacious gossip. Traits influence other characters' morality and greed, which can affect both their friendly and hostile actions. All characters, yes all, have an opinion of one another, which drives their behavior. Low opinion can cause people to rise up against you or be unwilling to help you. High opinion can, on the other hand, make characters more inclined to join your murder scheme or fall for your seduction. Or both. How you choose to interact with other characters will often affect their opinion of you. Well, that's very good advice, yes. To further your goals, you will need gold. Among other things, gold pays for buildings, armies, and bribes. Gold is collected passively from both your holdings and your vassals as tax. Larger vassals and more important holdings tend to give more tax. However, money can't buy everything. Certain things can only be achieved by spending the right amount of prestige, or for religious matters, piety. Your prestige tells you how respected you are. It can be earned passively over time by holding many titles, for example, or actively, such as by marrying into prestigious dynasties or fighting as an ally in wars. Whenever you earn prestige, you build towards your next level of fame. Higher levels of fame make other characters think better of you and bring more powerful ways to wage war. Some actions cost prestige, like declaring war. These actions allow you to leverage your celebrity for your own benefit, and characters won't think less of you for using them. Spending prestige does not affect your level of fame progress, just your current prestige. Okay. My level of fame is established. Someday I might become distinguished. Then you might become illustrious. Or exalted among men. Or the living legend. Okay. With a lot of piety, you'll have an easier time interacting with your head of faith. As you are Catholic, this is the Pope. Piety can be gained passively from the learning skill and virtuous traits, or actively from pious actions, such as going on a pilgrimage. You also have a level of devotion, which builds over time whenever you gain piety and can have positive effects for your character. Similar to prestige, some actions require you to spend piety, like declaring holy wars or creating a new faith. Yeah, I don't think the Pope would like if I did that. Spending piety like this is normal, and other characters won't think worse of you for it. Are you sure? Alright. As well as traits, your character can also pick a lifestyle. There are 5 lifestyles, one for each skill. Lifestyles represent what you put the most effort into day to day, and each one has several focuses inside relating to it. Every focus gives you a unique bonus and makes events associated with that focus more likely to happen. Click on any lifestyle to see its focuses. As time goes by, your character will earn lifestyle experience for maintaining a particular lifestyle. When you acquire enough lifestyle experience, you can select one of that lifestyle's perks from any of its trees. Okay, perks represent your practicing and developing yourself over time and offer unique bonuses, like special traits, or unlock lifestyle-specific mechanics and content, such as the ability to start abduction schemes. Nice. As an example, the strategy, authority, and chivalry focuses all grant martial experience, which can be used to acquire any of the martial lifestyle's perks. Completing perk trees leads to different lifestyle traits. Jesus Christ. All right. Well, I assume we want... Yeah, we want martial. Oh, boy. Strategy focus, authority focus, or chivalry focus. Luck can win a duel. A fool can win a battle. It takes more to win a war. Nice. Okay, so this just gives +3 martial and 32 XP per month, but they all give that. Authority to rule is to make all the aspects of a realm move in unison and work together. That only gives +1 martial, but plus 20% dread gain. Well, if we want to be really feared. Chivalry. Victory comes not through blood or gold, but honor. This would give us +3 prowess. Oh, so this is in personal combat. If Merchad wanted to go kick some teeth in. Also makes us very attractive. And gives us battle advantage. I don't really see Merchad as chivalrous. Let's go with strategy. It seems simple. Can only be changed every 5 years, so of course. Alright. Good. Now, having selected a focus, we can move on to other people. Interacting with other characters is key in Crusader Kings 3, and you have many options for how to do so. Right-click your player heir's character portrait to see interactions available. So I'm not married, but I have Brian McMurchad. Brian. He's a bold lackey. Okay. Well, he's my son. Let's start with the basics. Everybody likes gold. Try sending a bribe to your player heir. Okay, sometimes a dad has to bribe his son. It just happens. Okay. Send a gift? Pay $50 to Brian. He'll accept it. Of course he will. He's my son. Well done. You've successfully increased somebody's opinion of you. Note the feed message in the lower right. Yep. This is where mildly interesting but non-critical information goes. Goes away after a little while and unpaused. Certain opinion modifiers last forever, like family bonds. Others will wane over time, like the fading memory of receiving a monetary gift. Okay, so him being my son gives him +50 already. Oh, and he likes that I'm a temperate man. Good. Next, let's talk about your dynasty. As the game goes on, unless your character meets with an untimely accident or terrible disease, they will grow old and eventually die. The story doesn't end there. It's only game over if you do not have an heir of your own dynasty. As long as your titles have heirs of your dynasty, your legacy will live on. When your current character dies, you simply start playing a new one, the player heir. Depending on the type of succession your realm has, this is likely to be one of your children, perhaps one that you have groomed to rule. House Brian. Brian, maybe. Our dynasty is insignificant. Sounds about right. Succession laws determine how all titles and resources are divided between heirs when a character dies. You currently only have one heir, but let's take a look anyway. Okay, realm view. Should be much better in ultra wide, but all right. And the succession tab. As a member of a dynasty, you also have renown, shared by everyone in your dynasty. Renown grows in several different ways and reflects how infamous your dynasty is, rather than just you. Increasing your renown will echo down the generations for your descendants, raising your level of splendor. As the dynasty head, the most powerful member of your dynasty, renown will allow you to unlock dynasty legacies that will benefit all your kin. Oh, Lord. Okay. To ensure the future of your dynasty, you need family members. Getting married is a good start, but we cannot promise you'll marry for love. No, that's how it goes. Let's get married. For unmarried characters in your domain, you can set up marriages, or betrothals, by right-clicking on the character and choosing Find Spouse or Arrange Marriage. Two options behave differently, so let's go through them both. Find Spouse. Choosing Find Spouse opens a list of potential spouses. They hail from courts all over the world. Choosing Arrange Marriage also opens a list of potential spouses, but only with people from the court of the character you clicked. Okay. Arrange marriage can be useful for matchmaking between your courtiers, or for setting up a specific marriage alliance. For now, Find Spouse is more relevant for our purposes. There are many factors to consider when choosing a spouse. To help you out, there's a filter function available to pare down the list of candidates. Aspects to consider include potential alliances, skills, personality traits, expected fertility, and more. Some traits are congenital, meaning they might be inherited by your children. Perhaps someone with a trait like that is a good place to start. When you've selected two characters for your marriage, you're presented with the details of the union, along with additional options such as having the marriage be matrilineal. Children will be born into their mother's house instead of their father's. Well, we wouldn't want that. Okay, let's look at these babes. We got Hunid Furch Bleden. Or Gwenllian Furch Bleden. Or Dennis. How did you get in here? Oh, I guess. I'm not okay, Dennis. Godchild de Vassi. Agnes Wetten. Countess Hedwig of Göttingen. Margaret Wolfstandotter. Mildred Wolfstandotter. Sion Fertrolwin. Countess Oda. Quilladus. Alright. Well, don't I want a nice Irish woman? Maybe these are all Irish. No, there's some Germans in here. Okay, there's just an absurd amount of women. What? You can marry this person? These are children. Oh my god. Okay, let's try filtering here. Oh my god, maximum age. Adult. Yeah, we want to marry an adult for now. They gotta be fertile. They gotta be fucking fertile. Oh, a lowborn? I'm not gonna marry a lowborn. I want someone from my own Oh. Are there any children? No. Oh, there's my aunt. I can marry my aunt, but she's not too fertile. She's not feeling too fertile. And she's apparently a patient woman. Fuck that. I hate her. Hate her guts. No, we're not marrying my my barren aunt. Okay, fine. So we're not going to be getting in, not lowborn. She's got to be Catholic. She got to be healthy. Irish, there you go. Here we go. We have a child and a non-child. She's sadistic. We don't like that. We're gonna have to beat that out of her. She's cynical and paranoid. A cynical, paranoid sadist. Sounds good to me. As long as she's fucking Irish, baby. Okay. She might be a little young. I'm not sure, really. I don't know where you can tell age. Is that number in the upper right the age, perhaps? Maybe. That's probably it. She's probably 25. That's good. Chance of children, medium. Okay. So I get minus 100 prestige, yeah. Whereas this dude gets 400 because he's, you know. Oh, she gets it. I'm sorry, I said dude. She gets 400. Well, yeah, she's marrying the king. Me marrying anyone that isn't, you know, close relative of Earl Coolad of Ulster. Oh no. Well, their military strength is inferior to ours. Good. I will crush his head beneath my boot. Use a hook. General term for a relationship between characters where one can get the other to do their will. I don't think I have a hook. Right, okay. To the amicable petty king Murchad of Munster, I gladly accept your marriage proposal. Of course he does. You will be joined with my daughter Lathir in holy matrimony. May Saint Brigid bless your union. Excellent. May I live long and happily together. You may notice a toast message at the top of the screen. Toast messages deliver quick-fire information as relevant to you or your character. We recommend you use find spouse for your son as well. Alright, let's marry off Brian McMurchad Brian. Let's get him a spouse. Okay, this woman is my sister-in-law. She seems to be 9 years old. And she's a stubborn 9-year-old. Okay, how old is he? He's 18. She's 9. I mean, eventually people won't even think of it. Oh, right, they're just getting betrothed. Right, you can't marry a kid. What was I thinking? 7 years. They'll get married. She's pretty ugly, but he's a Murchad. He'll make it work. So then, but this girl is my sister-in-law. How does that work? This would be... I don't think that's not an issue, right? Because then he's her stepson. And... I mean, they're not related. It's all fine. Yeah, betrothed. Yeah! Family's important. The player heir will always come from your dynasty and most often from your house. In the future, it won't hurt to keep an eye on your family and their line of succession. Depending on their succession laws, you might end up inheriting titles, along with land and vassals from your relatives. Not everyone in your dynasty will be landowners, but every plot of land on the map has an owner. Sometimes that owner is you, sometimes it's one of your vassals, and sometimes it's another realm entirely. Many of whom also have or are vassals. Okay. Most titles belong in a pyramid-like hierarchy according to their title tier. County is ruled by count or countess. Duchy ruled by duke or duchess. Kingdom ruled by king or queen. Empire ruled by emperor or empress. Makes sense. Every title is legally, technically, but sometimes not in practice, subordinate to a title one tier up the chain. Every county is thus part of a duchy. Every duchy is part of a kingdom. Every kingdom is subordinate to an empire if these higher ranked titles are held or created by someone with enough clout to enforce order. Ah, I see. There are many dynamic names for these titles. Your current ruler is in charge of a petty kingdom, which corresponds to the duchy tier. Okay, see that? Oh, shit, man. So, it's not a kingdom, it's a duchy. Which makes sense. Because these are baronies, they make up the county. These three counties make up this whole duchy of Munster, which is a petty kingdom, but it's a duchy, it's not a kingdom. And then all these duchies make up the Kingdom of Ireland. And the Kingdom of Ireland could be ruled... Well, the kingdom is ruled by the king of Ireland, but then the king of Ireland could answer to an emperor or empress if there was, like, you know, this whole... all these kingdoms were ruled by one person on top of that. Makes sense now that you call the petty kingdom a duchy. There are also barons. You have one, the mayor of Venice. The minor rulers of single holdings, subordinate to counts. Barony tier characters are generally of minor importance. Okay, so I'm the mayor of Venice. Great. We say legally because, as Crusader Kings 3 lets you play with history, there's no way to guarantee that a king is actually in control of all the titles that his kingdom is supposed to contain within its borders. We call this title hierarchy DeJour, and if the structure has been broken, it is often possible to declare war over errant territories. For example, a ruler may be king of England, but their realm does not yet contain all the lands that are legally considered to be part of England. The holder of a duchy, kingdom, or empire always has a casus belli to seize control of its de jure constituent titles. So you can declare war. Okay. So if I was king of Ireland, technically, by de jure, by law, I control and I rule over every single thing in Ireland. But it would be possible, I guess, for someone to be, some other realm to be in charge of Innis. For someone else that isn't under my control to be in charge of Innis. I would have proper legal right to declare war on them if they don't surrender Innis to me. I get that's how I'm interpreting it. If you switch to the Duchy Titles map mode, you can see that as the ruler of the Duchy of Munster, the County of Desmond should legally be part of your realm. Yes. Duchy Titles map. Duchy Titles, isn't that this? Oh, County of Desmond should legally be part of your realm. How do you figure that? Switch to the Duchy Titles map mode. Oh, there you have it. All right, we have a perfect example then. So the Duchy of Munster includes four counties: Ormond, Thormond, Ennis, and Desmond, according to this map. But I don't actually control Desmond. I see. The DeJour title of Munster consists of 3 counties. Their names should be visible on the map: Thormond, Thomond, Desmond, and Ormond. Okay, I don't know where Ennis falls in under that. Why? What the fuck is Ennis then? It's a county. It's definitely a county. It even says here that it's part of the petty kingdom of Munster. So why? Okay, I mean, this makes it very clear by clicking on the petty kingdom tab here. It says there's 4 counties. I control 3 of them, and one is controlled by Murdoch Mac Carthack, to make up the earldom of Desmond. I don't know why this tutorial thing says the de jure title Munster consists of 3 counties. These counties are made up of smaller pieces of land, baronies, the individual holdings of a realm. Holdings represent settlements in your land. Holdings provide different levels of taxes and levies, as well as buildings that you can construct and upgrade depending on the holding type. We suggest you start by upgrading the bastions and curtain walls. Levies are made up of mostly poorly armed fighters and are considered their own unit type. Okay. Click on your capital holding in Lumniac. Yeah. We're going to construct a new holding. I think. I don't know if I did what they said I was doing. Alright, well done. It'll take some time for the building to be ready, though. Lumniac wasn't built in a day. Feel free to close the walls and tower construction window. Right, and I would do that by clicking that. Every holding provides taxes to their holder. If that holder is a vassal, they will in turn pay taxes to their liege. Taxes are your main source of gold income. Obligations can affect how high or low these taxes are. Being at war can affect the level of control in a county, which in turn affects taxes. Okay. Alright, yeah, I get it. As a ruler, you are likely to be the liege of at least one vassal. These are rulers who have sworn fealty to you and are thus part of your realm. They supply you with gold in the form of taxes, and soldiers in the form of levies. It is possible to both be a liege and a vassal at once. Of course. Open the realm view. Inspect the vassals tab. Here is a list of your current vassals, along with some additional information about them. At the top of the list is the ruler of Ormond, whose land you can see on the map. This is an earldom, which is county tier, inside your realm. Alright, so Ragnvald Sigtryggsson of Ormond. He's a powerful vassal. He doesn't think great of me. He's got +1 opinion. He likes that I'm temperate. He doesn't like that I'm impatient. He's on my council, of course, so he likes that. Short reign. Okay, so I just recently got him as a vassal. I have autonomous vassals. So they, as long as they provide levies and taxes, they can do whatever the fuck they want. He likes that. Confederate partition. Okay, oh. My titles will be divided equally between my children. Okay. He likes that for some reason. I'm not sure why. Foreign culture group. Yeah, because he's not Irish, is he? I don't know what he is. He's Norwegian, of course. Somehow he ended up in charge of this county in Ireland. Alright. It's worthwhile keeping your vassals happy. This keeps them out of schemes and factions against you. No matter how mighty a ruler your character is, if your realm unites against you, either to depose you through war or just to murder you while you sleep, your reign is bound to be cut short. Some of your vassals might serve on your council, making their opinion extra important, as they will be trusted with counselor tasks. Of course. There is a limit to how many vassals you can comfortably be in charge of before your realm becomes unwieldy. Going beyond this vassal limit affects taxes and levies provided to you. This doesn't matter for the tutorial, but when you start to build your own kingdom, be mindful of growing too fast. If you end up exceeding your vassal limit, you can grant lower tiered titles to your vassals. Sometimes you can even create new high tier titles to consolidate your power in a region and strengthen your hold over the lower titles DeJour subservient to your new title. Fuck me. Your realm is the complete body of land and titles that you control, including the areas held by your vassals. Right now for you this means the counties, called earldoms due to your Irish culture, of Thomond and Ormond. Again, I'm not sure why Ennis is not a county. Oh, the Empire of Britannia, of course. Yeah, I don't understand that aspect. They never even seem to mention Ennis. Anyways, when domain is used, we are instead referring to the land that you own personally without vassals, which is just Thomond. Even though I feel like it's also Ennis. Since it says holder you. I'm also the mayor of Ennis. It mentioned that. I remember it saying that. Some things that happen will only affect your domain, Thomond, while other things will impact your entire realm, the Duchy of Munster. Note that there is a limit to how much land you can hold personally before you start incurring penalties, the domain limit. When you go above your domain limit, it can be a good idea to use the grant title interaction on characters you're friendly with, making them your vassals. As you have no spare titles to give away, you cannot currently do this, but you would otherwise find it in the character menu visible when right-clicking a character. Can I make him the mayor of Venice? Earldom of Venice. I feel like they added Ennis, or they just, this tutorial is just a little broken. Because this is literally a spare title that I could give away to my son. So, yeah. I don't know. And what if I do it? Alright, it's done. My son became my vassal. Maui wants a seat on the council? You little fuck! Alright, I can probably... I can also reclaim the title. I don't know how I don't know how I get him on the council. Look at all this crazy shit. I'm getting ahead of myself, aren't I? It's not a gift, no. Negotiate alliance? No. I could offer him a ward, making him or someone in his court the guardian of the chosen child. Alright, I don't know how to put him on the... I mean, I would assume it's under vassalage and court. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Oh, council. Here you go. Oh, I would have to kick someone off the council. My wife's on the council? I just married her. She's a godless villain, it says. I don't know if I want her on my council. I also don't know how you'd ever add someone. I guess you'd kick someone off and then I could add someone. I could request a divorce. I could appoint her as my court physician. That doesn't seem like a good idea either. I can't dismiss any of these people. They're all indispensable. Oh, I can dismiss my spy master. That's probably not someone you want to piss off for 20 years. Your spy master, who's holding a dagger and is a zealot that lives in your hometown. Probably not a good idea, Mangg. This guy, but no, he's another one of my vassals. I wouldn't be able to kick him off. Sorry, son, I don't think I can make it work. I could dismiss my, oh god, everyone would leave my court. Who the fuck's this guy? My cousin? He's irrational. Apparently... they all like him, though. Okay, well, whatever. Alright, note, yeah, right, I did that, yeah. Okay, managing a realm is a lot of work. As a ruler, you have the help of your council. These can either be vassals or members of your court, and they act as your trusted advisors. Counselors can be set to work, and they all do different things. You can change a counselor's task by clicking on the button near the portrait in the council view. Being a counselor is a prestigious position. Powerful vassals expect to be appointed and will be unhappy if left out. Schemes are long-term goals aimed at another character. They can have hostile goals like the murder or abduction of your target, or be more wholesome, such as the befriend scheme. Yeah, that's quite the scheme. Okay. Schemes. Okay. Secret schemes. So I could start a scheme against this dude. I could have him imprisoned, or I could try to murder him. I don't know why I would, but you could. A good time to use a scheme might be when you find the line of succession to be not as clear-cut and favorable as you'd like. One way to get ahead is to simply remove the competition, quietly and with no witnesses. Murder schemes come with a risk of discovery. If your attempt goes awry, it will make your character unpopular, especially with your intended target. The sway scheme is made for increasing the opinion someone has of your character. Let's try it. Open the council view, right-click on your court chaplain, your bishop, and choose sway. Okay, 39% chance of success. It's pretty low. Because he's paranoid. He's an atheist? What? Why is my bishop an atheist? But he's a Catholic. So he's just Catholic in name only. What? Where? What? He's a theologian. What part of him is atheist? I don't know. I don't know why it says that, because this says he's a theologian, but he's also a conscientious scribe. Despite an education focused on learning, Rothfrit shows little aptitude for the subject. At least he can read. He's read enough to know that he's an atheist, and he managed to become a bishop in the Catholic Church, so I don't know what to think. He's also lowborn, so we should probably kill him, but... Alright, I guess we'll scheme to make him our friend. It's gonna take 16 months. Jesus. Excellent. Once set in motion, your scheme will slowly progress over time. The time before a conclusion is reached varies based on the scheme's success chance. Uh-huh. Open the intrigue. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Sometimes schemes can give rise to secrets. If you catch someone trying to commit murder, it's probably in their best interest to make sure you keep it quiet. You can also blackmail them to gain a hook. Hooks represent a favor you can call in or hold you have over a particular character, letting you encourage or force them to do your bidding. As you play, you'll find many different ways to gain and use hooks. Experiment with them. Let's pretend you managed to get a hook on one of your vassals. Okay. This weak hook can be used for a number of things. For example, you can increase the obligation set by the feudal contract you have with the feudal vassal. Okay, modify feudal contract, and it lets me know I have a hook. Okay, we can use a hook in order to raise the taxes. Okay, if I don't use the hook, it's an act of tyranny, and he loses 20 opinion of me. If I use the hook, he just thinks minus 15 of me. But it's not an act of tyranny. I could also raise levies, but doing both would be an act of tyranny. Oh, I see, I see. Your subjects would lose 20 opinion of you. I'm not sure where that's represented on the screen. I'm sure it's somewhere. But you probably want all your people to think good of you. We just don't give a shit about this guy because we're blackmailing him. Nice. Yeah, boy. This guy's gonna... Yeah, he hates me. We'll murder him eventually. Some interactions are not immediately visible, blah, blah, blah. Okay. War is an essential part of Crusader Kings 3. There are many concepts to cover, but for now, let's touch briefly on some of them. Most important event in any war are the battles, which are fought by armies. Most of your soldiers will come from levies, but you can expand your army by employing men-at-arms. If things get really tough, you can also hire mercenaries, provided you have the gold. Okay. When a war starts, you can raise your armies with a single click of the big red Raise All Armies button. It'll appear together with the war score icon to the lower right of your screen. You can, of course, raise all armies from this military view as well. When a war is over, you have to disband your soldiers before starting another war. Rally points or mustering grounds for levies and men-at-arms is where they'll appear when called to war. There's one in Lumniak. Okay, makes sense. To start a war, you'll need a legitimate reason, a casus belli against another ruler. There are various ways to obtain a casus belli. You might have DeJour titles that make you rightful liege of your target, you might inherit claims, or you could pursue holy wars against nearby infidels. Is he an infidel? No, he's a Irish Catholic. Okay, well, luckily we have the DeJour right. There are dozens of different types of casus belli for you to discover and use as you play. The most straightforward and easiest way to acquire claims is to use Fabricate Claim on County. This is something your court chaplain sees to through one of his counselor tasks. Okay, so you can make up a claim. Huh. Soon we'll let you wait a minute, I want to declare war here. Yep, dude, this is my right. Oh, and since I married into this guy's family, he's an ally of mine. I don't think he'd really help, but maybe. Yep. Make a white peace. No justice, no peace. I could surrender immediately. Or is this just showing me, like, what could happen? So if I ended up surrendering, he'd keep the county, and I'd have to pay him war reparations because I started it. We know that's not going to happen. He's weaker than me. Cost me 100 prestige, though. Raise all armies. Okay, I assume they're moving in. We're paused still. First, it's important to know there are 5 different speeds available for you to play at. Press 1 through 5, switch between them, blah blah blah. The game will auto-pause for certain important events. Okay. Unpause the game by pressing spacebar. This will let days, months, and years go by. Blah, blah, blah. I understand. Here we go. You've successfully declared war. Next, you should rally your armies. I don't have time for this. There's a war going on. Yeah, I already raised my armies. Okay. With my marriage to Petty King Thir, the realm expects us to throw us a suitably extravagant wedding celebration. It's well within my right to collect a royal aid duty as part of this, but some may consider it tasteless to levy an extra tax during a time of jubilation. Of course I'll collect it. Who pays for their own wedding? Oh, this would give me a massive amount of prestige. I don't know. I don't know what Merchad would do. He'd probably make them pay. He's a fucking Merchad. He's not too bright. Of course I'll collect it. Okay. To move your army, click on the army on the map, right-click them on the area they want them to go. The enemy capital barony. Yes. Now your army is moving. It's probably heading into battle with enemy forces. This can be a head-on encounter with other armies or the start of a siege. Yeah, no, it's just a big battle. Outcome of a battle between two armies depends on a number of things. The number of levies both sides have, which men at arms either side is using, commanders involved, even the terrain you're fighting on. Okay. Let's... Oh my god, I'm butchering. Oh my god, it was a butcher. It's a butchering. Your army is attacking an enemy holding. Click the highlighted icon. Just find out how it's going. You need to win sieges to win most wars as they increase your war score. Whenever a siege is won, the area will become occupied. Okay. Do it. To get an idea of who's winning in war, you can always look at the war score. At 100, you can force the other side to accept your peace offer. At minus 100, they can force you to accept their peace offer. Victories. Wars end in victory, white peace, or defeat. Okay, yeah. Should I be concerned? So he abandoned the siege. Now he's coming in to support. Now the battle happens again. Didn't I already fucking slaughter you? Okay, I slaughtered him again. And yet, he's still throwing out all these soldiers somewhere. Let's speed up a little bit, I guess. Again, just butchered him. Wait, sinful archbishop exposed. Catholicism's fervor decreased by 10. Oh, no. No, Archbishop Velasco. Why? Why were you so sinful? Okay. There's a disease outbreak in the fort. Oh yeah, that's perfect. And they're running out of supplies. This siege is over. Now they're deserting. More disease. More desertion. Oh, my wife's pregnant! And we took it. Your war score is at plus 100%. You're now able to enforce your demands. Okay. I understand. Okay. Yep, DeJour war. We stomped their face in. You should have surrendered when you had the chance. So we will enforce our demands to gain the contested county. He'll become my vassal. Allies share 400 prestige based on their contributions. Spend 40 prestige. Oh, he has to spend 40 prestige. And his allies share the prestige. Okay. I gain 40 fame, and my allies share 400 prestige based on their contribution. Aha. Congratulations on your victory. You've now experienced what it's like to make it through an essential part of the game. The tutorial lessons end here. Alright. To my liege, may you live in harmony and contentment. You are a much greater foe than I imagined. In order to put an end to this bloodshed, I will comply with your demands. You don't got a choice, bitch. There are many things you could do now that you've dipped your toes in some of the essential systems. Crusader Kings 3 is about setting your own goals. If you want a suggestion, we recommend you try to become the king or queen of all Ireland. War is not the only way, either. Okay. I'm not endorsed by my bishop. What, the fucking atheist that can't read? Okay, well that's why we're trying to butter him up, I guess. Yeah, we've got vassals that respect council positions. We can do some more war. I have one or more Cassius Belli on Earl Aid McNeil. Is he a heathen? No, he's not a heathen. Okay, disband my armies. What is... Domnall, my courtier, has claims on... What? Oh, Alec? What is... All the way up there? You want me to fight a war? No, I can't fight a war over there. That's crazy. No, no. I don't... Who the fuck do you think you are, man? How do I find his... He's club-footed. He's a craven. I don't know how I find his claims. This doesn't seem as useful as I'd like. I captured the Earl's son. He's 4 years old. Jesus. I could execute him? I can. Make sure he never bothers me again. Or I could ransom him, but it doesn't really seem good. We want this guy to like us, so... Negotiate the release. I'd lose 10 dread. The little kid would gain 20 opinion of me. I'd gain a weak hook on him. I mean, hey, eventually you could call that in, I guess, once he becomes the leader. Or I could recruit him into my court. Just negotiate his release. Don't be such an asshole, I guess. Alright, let's leave it off here. I'm very intrigued now as to where this is gonna go and, our options going forward. Obviously, Murchad will conquer Ireland through military might, but I'm assuming that's easier said than done. So, yeah, definitely interesting. Maybe I shouldn't have made my son my vassal. That might have been... I might be able to rescind that. But, yeah, we'll definitely continue this, make another video, and see how it goes. My name is Mangg. Game Watchers have been Crusader Kings 3. See you fine folks in the next part.